I'm about to say something so you don't have to waste so much of your time, because I wasted 2 years of my life sending a lot of DMs every single day, chasing people who didn't want to be chased. I was doing this while working a full-time job as a blue-collar worker, coming home exhausted, and then spending 2 hours copying and pasting the same messages to strangers on Facebook, hoping someone would say yes. And then everything changed when I learned one skill that separate the marketers making $50 a month from the ones that are making $900 a day from a single post. That skill is attraction. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to stop chasing and start attracting, and how to automate the entire sales process so you're making money while you're at your 9 to 5 job, while you're sleeping, and while you're out living your life. Now, if you want that exact blueprint I used to go from chasing to attracting, the same system that generated that $900 a day, I've put together something called the Freedom Formula Blueprint. It's completely free. The link is going to be in the description below. Grab it now and let's get into this. So let me take you back. When I first got started in online marketing, I was pumped. I thought, this is it. This is my ticket out of the 9 to 5 grind. I'm going to build this thing and finally have time and financial freedom. But here's what nobody told me. I was promoting low ticket offers. I'm talking about products that go between $27 to $47. And I was making maybe 30 to 40% commissions on those sales. So do the math. Even if I got 10 sales, I'm making what, a couple $100 for a lot of hours of work. And the strategy I was taught was cold DM outreach. So I would wake up, I would send about 20 DMs, go to work, maybe do a short form video while I was at work. I would come home, I would scroll on Facebook and go to sleep. I was getting left on red most of the time through these DM conversations. I was getting blocked, and eventually Facebook started preventing me from constantly adding strangers to my profile. On top of that, I was getting tired of constantly being on my phone for 3 hours trying to convince people to buy something they didn't even want. And here's the kicker. Even when I did make a sale, it wasn't worth it because I was burning myself out chasing people who weren't even my ideal customers. I was trading my time for pennies and I was miserable. But then I discovered something that changed everything, and it's the exact skill I'm going to teach you today. The one skill every online marketer needs in 2026 is this. It's the ability to attract customers instead of chasing them. Now, I know that sounds simple, but let me break it down what that actually means, because this isn't just about posting content and hoping. Attraction marketing is about 3 core things. The first one is positioning yourself as the solution. You have to stop showing up like every other desperate marketer begging for sales. You need to position yourself as someone who has what your ideal customer wants. And that starts with your message. You have to know who you are, why should someone listen to you, what makes you different. For me, I'm a blue-collar guy who still works a full-time job. I'm a real person building a real business in the small pockets of my day. So that makes me relatable to people. And when I started sharing that story, my real story, people started paying attention. Number 2, you want to create content that attracts your perfect customers. Here's what most people get wrong. They create content for everyone. They post generic motivational quotes. They talk about making money online in the most vague way possible. But attraction marketing is about creating content that speaks directly to one person, your perfect customer. For me, that's people who are tired of chasing, people who are sick of low commissions, people who want a system that works while they're working. So every piece of content I create speaks to that person. And when the right person sees it, they feel like I'm reading their mind. Number 3, you want to automate the sales process. And this is where it all comes together. Once you're attracting the right people with the right message, you don't need to chase them in the DMs. You build an automated system that does the selling for you. I'm talking about email automation. Someone sees your content, they opt in for your free blueprint or guide. They get an automated email sequence that educates them, builds trust, and presents your offer. And you're living your life, you're at work, you're with your family, and sales are happening in the background. That's attraction, that's automation, that's the skill you need to master. Now, let me tell you about the day everything clicked for me. I had just finished learning how to create content that actually attracted my ideal customer. I understood my message. I knew who I was talking to, and I had my email automation set up. So I made a single Facebook post. It wasn't salesy, it wasn't desperate, it was just me sharing a piece of value and sharing my story, and that post attracted the right person. I posted it, I went to work, I didn't think much of it. In 3 days, I had about 3 people who had opted into my system, gone through my automated email sequence, and one bought my high ticket offer. $900 from a single post without sending a single DM. This is the skill that changes everything, because once you master attraction, you're not trading time for money anymore. You're building a system that works whether you're working or not. Now, let me show you the 3 steps to make this work for you. If you want to stop chasing and start attracting, here's exactly what you need to do. Step 1, you have to craft your magnetic message. You need to figure out what makes you different. What's your story? Why should someone listen to you instead of the 10,000 other people selling the same thing? For me, it was being honest. I'm just a regular dude. I'm a blue collar guy who figured out a better way, and that authenticity attracted the right people. So you got to ask yourself, what's your unique background? What did you struggle with that your audience is struggling with right now? What is it that you stand for? What is it that you stand against? You want to be able to write that down, because that's going to be your message. Step 2, you want to create content that attracts, not repels. Stop posting generic garbage. Stop posting content that could be from anyone. Start creating content that speaks directly to your perfect customers' pain points. If you're targeting people tired of chasing, create content about why chasing doesn't work. If you're targeting people who want high ticket commissions, create content about the math of low ticket versus high ticket. Every piece of content should do one thing: make your ideal customer say, this person understands what I'm going through. And here's the key: you don't need to post 10 times a day. You need to post strategically. One great piece of content that attracts the right person is worth more than 100 posts that attract nobody. Step 3, you want to build an automated system. This is where most people drop the ball. You can't just create great content and hope people buy. You need a system that captures leads and nurtures them towards a sale. Here's how simple it is. It goes by content, lead magnet, email sequence, and then offer. Someone sees your content, they opt in for your free blueprint or checklist. They receive an automated email sequence that educates them and builds trust, and then they're presented with your offer. The entire thing runs on autopilot. You create it once, it works forever, and that's how you go from chasing to attracting. That's how you make sales while you're at your 9 to 5, and that's how you build a real business. And look, I get it. If you're watching this and you're still in the chasing phase, sending DMs, promoting low ticket offers, burning yourself out, I've been there. I wasted 2 years doing this the hard way. But here's the truth: you don't have to figure this out on your own. If you're serious about building a real online business in 2026, one that doesn't require you to spend hours in the DMs, one that actually pays you what your time is worth, grab that blueprint now, because the skill of attraction is not optional anymore. It's the difference between struggling and succeeding. I'll see you in the next video. If you found value from this, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, and go grab that blueprint and let's build this thing.